I will say sitting through these trades was difficult. I was watching price come down and I was like, that's a heavy position. And, you're thinking all the worst case scenario, right? It's going to come down. It's going to stop me out. I'm going to take a big loss. I'm going to hit my stop loss on the first trade. The world's going to end. Hey, good morning. Welcome to ULT. Just finished up day one of my 10-day challenge. I'm going to call this the 10-day trade discipline challenge, where for 10 days in one designated account, I'm going to follow a very strict trading criteria, enter the trades regardless of what else I see going on, just based on the rules that I have set in place, and we'll see how it goes. So here's the rules. I am going to adjust them slightly after today, and I'll not the trade entry criteria, but the ATM management piece of it. So just to go over the rules really quickly, I am only trading this in gold. I don't have that documented here, but it's gold. I'm looking for a test of or midline, test of the midline, or red line after a pullback. I enter at the break of the test candle, so the candle that breaks the midline or the red line, that's where I enter. The test candle must originate from a recent high or low or from a crossing of the midline. Then the ATM strategy that I followed this morning, which I'm going to adjust moving forward, and I'll explain why. But the ATM strategy set up today was I entered with a 15-tick target and a 20-tick stop. The stop is then adjusted to be at the bottom of the entry candle, usually less than 20 ticks. And I only trade this between 7:35 and 10 a.m. Central Time. That's because I'm trading based on the open range and trading in the morning, and that's what I do. Max of 2 winning trades or 2 losing trades. I am trading 5 mini contracts at a time, so I'm very highly leveraged. So really, one full loss, I would probably hit my daily loss limit, and that would be it. My back testing shows that this should have a very high win rate, so I don't anticipate that being an issue. Once moved to funded stage, then it's a little bit different. One of my viewers today reminded me that there is a scaling plan with Top Step. I'm trading a Top Step account with this, so if it gets to funded, I'll only be able to trade 2 contracts starting out, so that's probably good. All right, let's get to the trades today. The open range forms between 720, 735. We come back for a test. I enter, stop below. This is where I learned that I should probably adjust my ATM, the stop strategy. Okay, so the stop loss was below the entry candle. We come up here, and this candle right here, you can't, it's hard to see after the fact, right? So you can see the arrows where I got stopped out, and that is because it went just high enough to get my 15 ticks, but it didn't go through it. So those 15 tick limit order did not get filled, but it moved my stop up to 10 ticks, came down, took out my stop, and then moved higher. So moving forward, I am going to change this trailing stop to just move to break even, or I'll probably move it like three or 4 ticks up just to account for any slippage. The intent is simply to not lose money. If we push up to the 15 ticks, then I'm not going to let it come back down for a full loss. That's really all that's for. It's not really to lock in any gains. It's just to limit losses. And in this case, it kept me out of the full potential of that trade. Anyway, so that was that trade. It comes up, we have a breakout of the range, we come back down, we do test the red line, the red line's not as important. We test that midline of the range. The red line's there, which is nice. I do take an entry there, stop loss below. Once we start chopping down here, I do cut the trade short, and this isn't technically in my trade plan, but if the trade progresses in such a way that a potential entry going the opposite direction sets up, that's a good signal to get out of the trade. Here we had a candle fully formed below the midline, which is a signal we could be going the other direction. So I go ahead and I stop out here before the candle whips down here, and it would have taken me out anyway. Okay, so that's how we handled that. So that was a 14 tick loss. After that, price just, it did come down here. It did push up, right? But didn't give us an entry. Rockets way up here. Again, we'll point out that we do hit that 100% again. And actually today with the news, we went up much higher than that. We did come down, and this is at 945, 947, the 947 candle. It comes down. We get a really nice retest of the top of the range. I do not enter because that's not technically part of the trade plan. This is a valid entry though, generally speaking, in terms of my open range strategy. So I may add that in. I mean, if price comes way up here, hoping for it to fall right back to the midline here is probably unrealistic. So I think that's excuse me. I think that's the other adjustment I'm going to make to the strategy. It's really the same strategy. It's just, noting that if price pushes out and we come back and we retest this midline, especially with a candle like that, I mean, that's about as clear as it can get, right? And we push up 15 ticks would have been like right here or something. So we would have got our target pretty easily. And that was the day. So net on the day, we are negative 5 ticks, right? So we gained 9, we lost 14, so net negative 5. In terms of my account, I can pull that up here. Okay, so this is the account number S1 April 30/422/68640. This is the only strategy I'll be trading in this account, so it'll be easy to track. So the P&L here, because I'm doing 5 contracts, negative 308. So pretty small loss, losing day, but is what it is. Honestly, it would have been basically break even if we'd have let this other trade go to the full 15. So that's really good. So very happy with the performance today. I will say sitting through these trades was difficult. I was watching price come down and I was like, that's a heavy position. And, you're thinking all the worst case scenario, right? It's going to come down. It's going to stop me out. I'm going to take a big loss. I'm going to hit my stop loss on the first trade. The world's going to end. And that's really one of the key points of this exercise, is to develop resistance to that emotional response you get when you're trading. So that's the day. That's the summary. I'll be trading it again tomorrow, and for the next 9 trading days. I guess day 1 is over. So that's my report for the day. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.